Kid, aka Angel Being Yang on YouTube, lifting_4_B gains here in this beautiful establishment. Thank you very much for tuning in to this next installment, episode number 4 of Phoenix Core Risings. Today, I welcome you into this space. We're going to be covering things the vegan way and the non-vegan way. So I invite you to have an open heart, open arms, and listen to what we got going on. All right. I love you guys. Let's go.
Powered by Riverside.
A big shout out to Spotify for allowing me to host this podcast here. You know, I'm growing, getting these things done, making sure that you guys are getting the best information as possible. And, you know, being a little bit more me than usual, you know, if it's possible. Yes, my clients, I'm a little nutty, but it's all right. It's cool. We got this. They love me. They love me. So today we're going to be covering the topic of weight loss versus fat loss. Weight loss versus fat loss. All right, you guys. So to bring it into center, what most people equivocate as weight loss, a loss of mass, seeing the scale go down, seeing, I don't know, looking thinner, I'm going to say. And guys, the reason why I'm using this such loose terminology is because we're going to explain it later. Versus fat loss, looking better in your clothes, re-regulating your hormones, taking away underlying things like diabetes type 2. Now I said type 2 because type 2 is not genetic. Regulating your hypertension, your blood sugar, your cardiovascular, things like that, that attribute with a positive mass loss. So weight loss is not inherently good. It could be intentionally bad, such as starvation diets. It could be intentionally bad as such as gaining weight uncontrollably due to genetic factors. Well, not uncontrollably because it stacks up over time. Due to genetic factors, due to medical, pharmaceutical factors, due to hormone factors and things like that. And again, these aren't inherently bad, but if you know how to work with them, you know how to work with them. Versus fat loss, again, bringing that body fat percentage down, increasing the productivity out of your body, making sure your organs stay healthy and viable, making sure that you're taking stress off your joints, making sure that you're conditioned well, things like that, you know, really, really, really good and well. A lot of what we consider the weight loss journey, and let's see how I can put this in terms, are outdated standards based off of an old European model. A European model for standards for how people should act. And if you guys look up the BMI scale, if you look up the old charts for the what the weight was supposed to be and how old these things are, you would definitely understand what I'm talking about. You can see them on any of these the old kind of pressure weights and stuff like that. They have the charts and stuff on, and it is a standard that we have as a people grew to use and abuse and make it very, 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 very hard to equate for things like genetics, equate for things like hormone levels, equate for things like pharmaceutical effects and reactions. And we have been known to do some crazy things in order to get fit and in shape, and that really, really destabilize us and actually take out of our hands what we're supposed to be doing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these topic weight of things, okay? I was talking about the BMI scale in the first couple sentences and things like that. You guys, the BMI scale is a scale that is used to measure mass, total mass of the body. The BMI does not give you the breakdown of your muscle to skin, or muscle to bone to fat ratio. It does not give your body fat. It does not give your bone density. It does not give things like hormones and stuff like that. It is a very, very obtuse scale that is seeing the outside and total mass. And when we look at these things, we stop looking at the body. We stop looking at the factors. We start looking at a standardized set of numbers that are done for the mass majority of the people that are height or weight locked into each category. It is no longer a point of, well, I think, and the reason why I say outdated is because you can be healthy, especially being a bodybuilder. You can be healthy with a higher mass, um, higher bone and muscle mass versus a being healthy at a skinnier, smaller muscle mass. You can be unhealthy at a smaller muscle mass and higher fat mass and things like that, and vice versa. So I say that to say things like that. Paying really close attention, more so once you like, and essentially, again, I'm going to go into it, but going into the fact that when we go get measured, when we go get our physicals, the first thing they tell you is they look at your weight, they look at your height. They don't look at anything like muscle factor. And not saying that I am, how do you say it? I'm not condoning obesity, because I know that, and especially with as far as me, and not even saying that, I'm not condoning obesity like, oh, well, it is what it is. You're going to be da 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 da. But you can still be healthy at that type of mass. You can change your body and things like that. And it is an epidemic with us where, we've gotten so used to not understanding the core values of being in shape and stuff like that. And I'm not hating on people. There's people that have trouble, like generally have trouble. And there's people that actually don't mind being there. And again, your choice is your choice. But when it comes to being healthy and stuff like that, when you're thrown these numbers and given these impossible standards of what you're supposed to be at, the height that you're supposed to be to this majority of millions of people that are not you specifically, you end up being thrown and twisted around in your journey without any real guidance, and it could lead to a lot of confusion. Just saying. But these are some of the things that I would ask my physical person. Hey, um, can we get, is there any way to measure my body fat to muscle mass here? Is there any way to measure my bone density to muscle mass? Is there any way to measure my body fat, my hormone levels, all those type of things, all those questions that should be coming up with your doctor. Why? Because a heavier weight does not always mean a bad mass. Vice versa. A lighter weight does not always mean a positive mass. Um, and again, there are several different factors that can attribute. Look at me making a word. Oh man. Okay. All right. Many different factors that can attribute to you having a positive weight or a quote unquote negative weight. Now, one thing that I want you guys to specifically ask next time you go get your body taken care of and your body physically analyzed and stuff like that is your body fat to muscle mass ratio. If you have a higher fat concentration, of course, there's going to be underlying things that come from that. Hormone destabilization on the negative side, slowing down the metabolism, a increased risk of having heart attack disease and things like that, an increased risk of having weak bones, weak muscles, and to a certain extent, weak organs. I know organs don't really contract all like that because they don't have any really muscle on them. But if they are surrounded by your negative fat, which is a high, let's see what we'll call it. So, two types of fat: skin fat and organ fat. And again, I'm going on this journey because I'm trying to explain how the body fat mass works. So, subcutaneous fat, aka skin fat, is the easiest to kind of burn off and things like that as well. Your visceral fat is the negative fat that is harder to burn, that is behind the muscle wall, that really, really the only way to get that off is through a very, 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 very good balanced diet, especially if you spent a lot of time accruing that. Your body is not designed to carry a whole bunch of fat on its organs. It's not designed to carry a whole bunch of fat under the skin either, but it's easier to burn the fat on under your skin versus it is to burn the fat that's on your organs. These things are synonymous with blown out bellies, beer belly syndrome, as I call it. There are some cases they are attributed to like having a high fat content in and around the heart muscle, having a fat content that is like what do you call it, the not the varicose veins but around your liver and things like that, that can both inhibit and disrupt the function of the liver completely and totally, and then all around any other organ and things like that. So the only way to truly get down body fat on the visceral level is to have a great diet, have a decent cardio routine, but also be able to metabolize that fat. So it's up to you. Take with the information what you might, and we're gonna end it on that one. So let's go to the next one. Uh, the ripped and the restless. All right, you guys. So what is the ripped and the restless? And my definition for the ripped and the restless, that is, oh yeah, I forget it's topic two. What am I doing, dog? The ripped and the restless is the people that are more of a influencing variety. The people that are sitting there telling you that they can make this work in 90 days, and if you do these certain strength exercises, mind you, these people have been in the field in the outskirts for more than a couple years, have gotten their body right where they need to go. Yes, it is effective for them now. It is not effective for them then and there. And really, really promoting this healthy lifestyle that is available and strategically balanced around people and targeted to people that are actually on their weight loss journey and things like that. I was a victim of this too. I will not hold you. When I first started losing weight, you know, and first started getting into my fitness journey back early on, I followed a whole bunch of influencers that seemed to know what they were doing, trying to get these information and trying to actually read and understand what it was to be fit and understand that I was not like most of the people. And again, we have similar qualities, we have similar body types and stuff like that, but you're not indefinitely the same. So you have to do things that work for you. You take in what is a basic principle and you make that and turn it around to things that you need. Okay. Um, and like I said, and it may not even be intentional, but some of these people to get clout, as they say on the internet, do these things, and it's very attractive because they look so good, and all they're eating is a burger, and they can eat whatever they want, and they can do this and that and the third. Like that type of influential stuff is very powerful and very effective to those people that actually need help. But 9 times out of 10, it is not sustainable for that person that is expecting that transformation. And until we actually get that inkling, until we understand that, hey, take everything that you consume online with a grain of salt, we often get stuck in a rut. So um, there is a such thing as having a maintenance phase, which a lot of the people online don't show you. A lot of the people don't show you the I don't want to say the ugly, but the off season of when they're actually allowing themselves to have a little bit more balance, allowing themselves to have a little bit more loose parameters on calories, and allowing themselves to enjoy themselves and have fun. Yes, on the influencing side, yes, they're munching on this burger, they're drinking as much alcohol as they want. They have gotten this miracle, situation, solution, supplementation plan that gives them this awesome body, but in all actuality, they're promoting a brand, promoting a product, doing things to sell you on these quick, fast, hurry solutions. Yes, it's an effective way of marketing, but it's not sustainable because these people that are on there have probably been working for a while to get their body looking like that, or have used means and methods, I'm not going to go into that in this video, to get themselves to look like that. Um, this creates the mental lockup that we have that prevents us from actually pursuing, because so and so says, because Mike says, because Gina says, because Derek says, because Courtney says, oh, this is what they look like. Oh my goodness, they're only doing this. This is the regime, and it's worked for them, and they got shredded. And it's not that simple, especially when you're coming from a place where you're what you deem as severely unhealthy. And again, like I said, I'm using the little tiptoe method because people are um they're on their own journeys, and most people are okay with being regular and what they want to do. They don't want to pursue any fitness type of thing because they are locked in to being comfortable. Okay. And that is something that tends to be a little bit crazy. Again, be happy, do you, But again, don't chase after unrealistic goals that are set behind these guys and ladies, because at the end of the day, they are not looking out for what's best for you. You have to, at the end of the day, look at what's best for you, and you have to do your research on what works for you. Like, say you have an allergy to an active ingredient in the supplement that everybody's buying, and you're like, oh, yes, I'm going to try it. And this guy is like ripped. Look at his arms. Look at his chest. He's doing these things and he's doing these impossible moves. Oh my God, he's really strong. Next thing you know, you have an allergic reaction, not even knowing that you're allergic to it, but you have an allergic reaction to it and it doesn't work for you. That creates a sour taste in your mouth. And more times than 10, you stop functioning on it because you had a bad experience with it. Don't stop, keep going. All right. And yeah, just be aware of that. Most of the stuff that you see online is not really feasible and not something that is easily attainable. All right. Topic 3, no cheat ways. I didn't say no cheat days. No cheat ways. Yes, motivation and discipline is amazing and awesome and crazy, but it takes a lot more than just motivation and discipline. Again, people that genuinely need help and that go for these quick, fast solutions end up hurting themselves in the long run and having to start all over and taking the hard way after they've experienced a series of not failures, but trial and error, trial and error, and trial and error. But the beauty in it is that they keep going. I say that to say that when you are, you know, take it, for example, the Ozempic epidemic. When it first came around, I think it was during the pandemic and things like that. I could be wrong. Again, I don't pay too much attention. I do have knowledge of it, but the reason why is because I know that it takes more than that just to get fit in shape. It came at an opportune time for the people that have been sitting around for a couple years, that had gained weight negatively, that started developing these bad habits and symptoms and wanted a quick out for it. It's originally, especially things that are pharmaceuticals like that, are designed to help regulate blood sugar. One of the strongest results is weight loss. But what they don't tell you is that it's not pure weight loss. It is, you lose everything. You lose mass in your muscles. You do lose the fat just a little bit, but you also lose the density of your bones. You get weaker. There's a whole lot of side effects just for that. And it should be reserved only for the people that are actually in need of it, that needs regulation in their blood for diabetes and stuff like that, as an alternative to taking millions of pills to get themselves back to regulation. Now, I say that to the extent that it should not be something that for people that are like 15 to 17% body fat, maybe even up to 20, definitely for my ladies, that should not be your first way out. That should not, things like that, semi-glutides and things that regulate your appetite and things like that should not be the first choice that you have. If you are that down and out, like I said, it's your choice, it's your body, that you have to take those alternatives. I will consult and make sure that those things do not hurt you in the long run, because at the end of the day, when you get into those situations, these quick, fast solutions aren't sustainable. Number one, you're gonna lose it fast. But the moment that you stop doing it and you come unregulated, because you've depended so much on that, you're gonna go back to those old habits and you'll gain it right back. We don't want that, because look, you just wasted a couple thousands of dollars. We what are we doing? I thought that was an investment, but you're wasting your money and your time on stuff that is not sustainable. It's always good to learn the right way. Number 2, weight loss surgery. Again, reserved for those people that need the help with, it when they're bad off, and not even saying that they're bad off, but when they have no other options and they've tried everything that they have. That is what these things should be developed for. Again, it's harder to go under all of this pressure and all this stress to get these things and procedures done, but then at the end of the day, switch right back around and gain it all back. Your body is your body for a reason. Your body is what powers you and things like that. And you have to listen. Now, if you do need the help and you get it, try to learn. Once that happens for you and you start seeing that success, keep up the education, keep up the knowledge. Try not to reverse it. Try not to mentally put yourself in a place where you go back to your eating habits. Once you change that outside of you, go for the inside and see what's giving you those attributions and those feelings towards eating, towards food, relationship with stress, and things like that that are going to help you maintain that journey. Don't just do it to do it and then go right back to it. Um, Worst case scenarios, I've heard of people that have gotten the surgeries and stuff like that that have gained it back and undid the surgery somehow, some forth, because they went back to their eating habits that they not even their eating habits, but they weren't mentally where they needed to be. So, and I've done it too. Not in a sense of where I would went all the way back to my 320. If you guys don't know, I used to be 320 pounds, sitting at 230 right now. Ah, yes, and I'm muscular. But again, it looks a whole lot different than it did back then. And it is a whole different state of mind. I had to change the mental state and the stress that I had towards eating food, the relationship that I had towards staying fit and staying in shape. I had to change it because the moment that I laxed off and went right back to doing what I wasn't supposed to do, my body was like, "Oh, what is going on with you, bro?" And I had to again recalibrate, go back to what I was doing. And for me, to be honest, it wasn't just the food; it was the stress, it was the other stuff that was coming along with it. It was the deep, dark stuff that I had not put a finger on that was really triggering me to go back to that area. And when I saw myself going back, I freaked out and I panicked. I went and I fixed it. I had to detox myself of all the outfluences and everything that was not meant for me anymore, and just be okay with that. Yes, you do get nostalgia. Yes, you do crave it. Yes, just like any other kind of addictive quality and things like that, you have to work on it on all fronts, because if you don't, it comes back with a vengeance. And I'll let you guys know that. The starvation diet. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. How many times have especially for my trainers out there and all of my people, how many times has your clients told you, well, I'm just not that hungry. I only ate one meal a day. Um, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do that because I can't fit this food in that you want me to fit in. And I'm actually genuinely not hungry. When you go through that, your body manifests different ways to let you know that it is not for especially for losing weight. It infects losing weight, fat loss, losing mass in a positive way. Your body will tell you that it's not getting everything it needs because it will try to hold on to things. It will try to hold on stress. Your body will hurt. Your mind will be foggy. Your brain will not be able to function correctly because you're not allowing the full nutrition. And the standard is about 3 to 5 times a day. And I know we just switched a little bit different to this last part, but it is very important that you guys know that starvation does not work as well. It throws you through a loop. Yes, it's a lower calories, and it's all depend on what your basal metabolic rate is. Don't stray too far from your BMR because that can make or break your progress, and it will cause your body to hold on to things that it shouldn't and reverse your metabolic rate and get you down to the point where your body tries to hold on to everything you consume because it doesn't know how to let it go efficiently able. Your body's metabolism is designed in order for you to efficiently burn calories, you have to have an ample amount of nutrition. Like I said, it works differently for everybody, but I do know that a starvation diet is not sustainable at all. Again, what happens when you go too low on your calories? Something that I've experienced firsthand from bodybuilding, and like I said, this just happens when you are getting closer to your peak, when you have to be very, very vascular on stage. Your body fat has to be down. Your conditioning has to be on point. Your body starts taking it from the places that are higher in concentration of those things, aka starts breaking down the muscles and the bones, leading to painful joints, again, weakness, um, erratic behavior, things like that. Your body knows, and it shows you different ways um, whether the journey that you're going on is positive or is it's negative. So what I want you guys to carefully do is make sure that you guys are not dipping down in that, and vice versa. If you're trying to positively gain weight, um, the I'm going to eat everything that's in front of my face, no regards to what kind of calories is in. As long as I got calories, I'm gonna shove it in. Can lead to the dangers as well of being healthy by overloading your body with saturated fats, which are hard to break down, makes you lethargic, stops up your systems, not enough fiber to really push things out, and just eating, with no remorse of what is going into your body can also lead to the negative adverse. Again, high blood pressure, diabetes type 2, all types of things like that will negatively impact you. And you may not even look like, and like I said, there's so many outliers to that. You may not look like what you're going through on the inside, but your body knows. So just letting you know. There's also another option called the intermittent fasting. Now, intermittent fasting is a period of time at which your body basal metabolic rate is supposed to restabilize. This should increase your metabolism, or the way that your body is able to burn nutrients and stuff down. I often do it for cutting. When I'm starting my first cut, I switch to intermittent fasting. I get rid of a lot of the low quality sugars that I have consumed when I was bulking. Now I say low quality, but protein cookies, heavy on the shakes and stuff like that. I try to go for more nutrient type of foods, go for more seeds, go for more natural, down to earth, plant based alternatives, so that I can actually function and be well. But anyway, lo and behold, the rest of that is, again, it's not cheating, because you are still supposed to eat your basal metabolic rates in calories, aka the energy it's going to take for you to function. You are going to output a lot more. You're going to feel very energized for the first couple of weeks as it's starting to take effect. But again, it does level itself out, because your body responds to training stimuli and things like that. So if you burn a lot more efficiently, your body's going to require a little bit more, if that makes any sense. But if you're doing it with the intentionality to cut, then you have to really be careful that you don't starve yourself either. So yeah, that's that, guys. Yeah, we're gonna bring it into close. I'm gonna plug you. I'm gonna do the social media plug, guys. I do appreciate you guys for joining in, and I know I talk profusely because I am very passionate about this subject. I'm trying to get the best and the brightest and the information out to you guys. Um, there is no right or wrong way to lose it. However, there are dangerous tactics, and I am being very honest, being very level with you guys. You know I love you. I ain't gonna put you in the dark. There are bad habits. There's bad ineffective ways that will waste your time if you do not dial into what your body specifically needs. There's no cheat code, nothing at all. It takes time, and no matter what your size is, you are not out of that pathway. So don't think that if you take a special pill, if you take a special thing, and if you do anything else outside of what your body is supposed to do, that it's going to respond faster. Your journey is your journey. If it works for you, make it work. But be cognizant of what your body needs. Do not starve yourself. Do not cheap it out. Stay away from the semi-glutides if you do not need them. Stay away from any medication or quick, fast promises of you getting and losing weight within 60 to 90 days, because this may not be the case, especially if you know you have a lot of underlying conditions. Work with what your body is, strengthen that bad boy, drink, hydrate, you guys. And again, my name is Kiko. Thank you for tuning in to Phoenix Core Risings. We have Angel of Yin Yang on YouTube, Instagram.com/lifting_4_V gains. For those of you who are on YouTube, you're going to be able to see my beautiful face on there. For those of you guys who are listening through Spotify right now, then you guys are going to be able to actually just plug those things in and you'll see me. I'm the vegan. Seriously. I'm trying to think of anything else. But yeah, if you like what you guys heard, please make sure that you follow. Please make sure you guys give me some comments, critiques, anything that will rhyme and reason with you. And I appreciate everything that you guys do and what you're about. Keep the positive energy coming, and we're going to work this bad boy. Now, I hope you guys got everything you need to. If you didn't, just message me. I love you, and I will talk to you soon.